Hello and welcome back, heir of Tzeentch, the Changer of Carthage, or the Salter of Ways. Any of the titles will be acceptable. I hope you all are ready for some more Tzeentch campaign with Kairos Fate Weaver. Let's keep changing up the ways. Look at Plague Daddy over here. Like, totally attritioned out. Got his own plague. I mean, this guy's a piece of work. I thought we had already retaken Karak Doom. I guess we didn't. Maybe I didn't save my game. That's quite possible too. Like, I do that fairly frequently. Forget to save my game. Let's occupy Karak Doom. I'm gonna take it back from the from Groth. I kind of thought we fought these guys in a battle too, so I'm pretty certain I didn't save my game at this point. And so things will look slightly different here than they did at the last time we left off, but that's okay. You know, again, changer of ways, seeing in the past, seeing in the future. We don't really see the present good, and so we forget to save the game. It feels like that would just be totally in line with the thematic of this campaign. So I'm really not that bothered about it. Like, in fact, I feel like if anything, I've increased viewing value by forgetting the present and then seeing it once I've moved forward into the future by looking back into the past. Right now, there is a head full of nonsense for you all if you need it. So we are back in control of Karak Doom, and that is good. We're gonna continue what we were up to. I've got multiple provinces here. I wonder if we could.
You bring me treachery.
I know you want to confederate. What's wrong with Kairos?
You madness, anguish, death.
Yeah. That's enough talking. It's a whole lot of talking, in fact. Just not sure I appreciate it all. Let's see, the road to damnation. Sounds like a nice place. This sounds like a place where I should invest in real estate, actually. I think I'm gonna do that. Anybody else care to join me? Road to damnation. I mean, you got a choice between Park Place, Boardwalk, and Road to Damnation. We all know what we're taking. Yeah, I mean, is there really any question there? The answer is no. So, let's take a look. We can issue Tzeentch corruption, control. Let's go with control. Control has been a big issue for the city of Splinters. That poor city has been splintered multiple times and now has to endure my lame jokes. I don't know what else they deserve, because they certainly don't deserve to keep getting treated to that. All right, we finished some research that dropped our upkeep costs. We have enough money to probably fund up a second army when the time comes. Or honestly, just maybe improve the one we have. Oh, look at this. The ogres left a camp here. Like, what were they thinking? Maybe they're in an ambush here, and like this is a really clever. Let's see. I mean, I should be able to see the future, but we couldn't. Nah, this was just an absolute waste of money for the ogres. So that was very brilliant. I mean, but then again, do we expect better strategy from a giant goon brain like that who's eating all kinds of rotten ingredients in a stew? And the answer is no. Like, no, we just don't. Let's, yeah, these options. Well, you know, that one's not too bad. We'll devour the captives, get a little bit of replin on some of my screamers. It's not great, but take it. All right, for Kairos, let's see what is next in his skill tree. I take a look here. Renowned and Feared would be great. That's another 8% off of army upkeep, but I'm gonna have to spend some points. We do replenish extremely slow, and we could also use the reduced upkeep here, so that'd be another 9%, then 8%. Let's go ahead and start throwing points in here. Again, that'll further help us get ready to field up a second army. That's what we want. I think I'm going to come back into Karak Doom and then use our teleport stance to bounce over here and start tearing into this province. And let's see if we can secure it. If we can secure enough provinces, we can put together some really epic armies to go invade Cathay with. That's what I'm kind of hoping for here. Root rank, Tzeentch corruption. What we got here? Grimoires. We like grimoires. Control, defensive supplies, income. Income is also nice. Let's go with the grimoires right now. Let's improve the defenses at City of Splinters. Make it, because it's about to rebel again. So actually there's really no need. Well, This shorter building may get finished. I don't know. I'll throw it in. Gonna have to defend City of Splinters yet again. We'll see what kind of stuff we're up against. 0 action success chance for cultist. Spell, Lore of Tzeentch, Vortex, Tzeentch's Firestorm. Tzeentch's Firestorm for Lord of Change units. Wow, that would be powerful. I don't have any Lord of Change units right now, but that would be absolutely bonkers. Changing in the Ways, Break Alliance. Let's work on that. You know, more changing in the ways type things seem useful. Speaking of changing in the ways, let's see what kind of ways we can change. Should we reveal the shroud on lay ogres over here and try and get an idea of what we're up against? I think we should. Let's reveal the shroud on Saber Skin. It's like Nurgle's over there harassing Saber Skin. I think he's at war with him, but his army is trashed. Yeah, he's at war with them. I would actually kind of like to be at war with Nurgle. Nurgle really grates my nerves. Here's that other army, so we revealed the shroud on them, and it looks like they are headed towards Ugath. So, man, this changing in the ways thing is pretty neat. It's pretty awesome, all the stuff you can do with it. I'm gonna lie, I like it. Valerie is busy building. That's gonna be our rebellion. Let's end this turn, get some more cash. So, could I afford a second army right now? Yes. Part of the reason I'm not is because I want to get all these buildings done, if possible, and maybe stash a little cash so we can do the recruiting. Because right now we're kind of living paycheck to paycheck. We have enough, but you know, we're not thriving yet economically, but we're getting better. All right, so I'm gonna improve the Gate of Tzeentch for Killscribe. That'll give him multiple summons during a battle and make him pretty potent. I think I'm gonna try to cut off. I can't quite attack the settlement. It's just a hair out of range. Let's go ahead and go through here, though. Teleport in. And the rebellion has started. It is another Tzeentchy rebellion. If they don't attack me for 2 turns, I'll get an improved garrison, but they probably will. We've made it through last time with this army. And I imagine we can do it again. We won a pretty nice battle there. Let's take a look at what's buildable. Let's go ahead and continue to try and throw upgrades. We'll have tier 3 settlements and tier 3 defenses everywhere. That'll make it difficult for the AI to just start marching into our land. Ah, look at this, that's funny. That's funny, Nurgle thinks I'm gonna help him. Yeah, that's rich. That's rich. I don't know how I won that battle, honestly, but I guess the auto-resolve was feeling pretty kind to him. His army was completely trashed. Diplomatic relations with Broken Wheel. Fingers in the eyes. Let's go fingers in the ears. I mean, we gotta dig some wax out of there, why not? Fingers in the ears, it sounds good. We can't see the future, but we can certainly dig into our ears for some waxy gold. All right, so Saber Skin took over Saber Mountain. And I think they are just out of our movement range once again, which is incredibly irritating. They have a camp up here, which is also out of our movement range, which is quite irritating. So I get just nothing but irritations for now. I'm gonna take Kairos down here and go after Groth. Groth has a large army there, so that could be a fun battle. I'm pretty sure we already fought that battle, and when I didn't save my game, that they didn't end up ambushed. So that one's on me. Right, the Valerie is almost finished. Let's save our dough for the next one, so maybe we can put together a cool building at the Valerie. And we need to improve our army, too. Maybe before getting a second army, we'll just make this army better, because we're not dying for... I mean, I do want a second army, because I want it to be Patchy's army, but we're not dying for income. And we could always go in and mooch some income off of Slaanesh, right? Just go to the realm of Slaanesh and take the bribe to leave and just get tens of thousands of gold, and that would help pay for an army for quite a while. Got a freaking Nurgle plague going on. These guys are still... Oh, but we got our upgraded... Oh man, what? I have less Chaos Warriors? And that was an upgrade? What did I get here that was an upgrade? I think we picked up 1 spawn and 1 pink horror. That does not feel like an upgrade. My defenses. In fact, feels really... feels bad. Alright, alright. The ways got changed on me. I guess I get a little bit of my own. So. Do I want to go ahead and just fight this? These Nobbler trappers will be annoying. Take up a bunch of ammunition. I think I'm gonna surround them for at least one turn. Make them suffer a little attrition and then move in if we need to. Have to wait and see what happens there. Let's go take a look at the Valerie. I always pass on the map. I'm terrible at spotting it. It's one of the places that does not have decent defenses. We could use some. As far as better units go, I mean, there's Exalted Flamer, which would be a pretty neat unit. I mean, Tzeentch actually just doesn't have that many units, really, do they? Exalted Pinks. Yeah, no, Tzeentch just doesn't have a ton. Oh, we do have... Oh, never mind. This is what we want right here. Chaos Knights, and ultimately we're looking for the Doom Knights, but hey, Chaos Knights would be a huge help. It's a very heavy cavalry with a nice charge and good melee defense and stuff too. So that would certainly be a go-to there. And then I think we should probably go ahead and put some defense up just to help make this place a little more survivable. And should we use this place for cash? I think we should just focus all the buildings on recruiting and stuff. There's Soul Grinders. We really want that Lord of Change as well. So I think I'm going to build this Cult of Lies. Sounds really good too. I mean, it sounds like a place where all the politicians come, you know, to catch up on the day's news and discuss amongst themselves how to cheat people. So the Cult of Lies, I like it. Sounds very, very thematic. All right, the ogre's going to come straight out and fight me. This is great. So let's fight this one. Well, Groth, the Slaughter Master of the Saberskin tribe of ogres, and his Fire Belly, led all of their bulls, and they even had some pretty sweet cavalry here. These are, I don't think they're Mournfang. Yeah, they are Mournfang. So these are Mournfang cavalry. And Kairos, though, has an absolute storm of magic waiting on these ogres, and it is not going to be a pleasant experience to endure, and only the amount of winds of magic that can be channeled will stop Kairos from just unleashing a never-ending storm of pastel-colored missiles into Groth and his army. Now, their army is going to need to charge forward. If they do not, they are going to be absolutely rained on from range. And that's already happening. The pink horrors over here are already unleashing. Man, just look at all that magic swirling around the Tzeentchian army. It's so cool. Man, this game looks good. Anyway, so the pink horrors are going to be the first. I'm using my Soul Grinder as a bit of a blockade here. See the blue horrors unleashing now as well. I've got my second line. I'm using the barrier on my pinks to absorb the ogre charge, and then I'm replacing the pink horrors with my Forsaken. And so that saves me the charge on the Forsaken as well, and allows me to damage back. I've got Kairos in here as well, helping to drive back the ogre bulls. And then, of course, Soul Patchy over here, getting all these guys blobbed up and allowing my chariots to rain death from above and to pour in their magic. Here's more magic missiles, and they are targeting Groth. See that Groth... Groth is not a happy pappy right now. In fact, I think he's almost dead. Yeah, here he is. Groth continues to absorb magic missiles. So he is nearly dead, but I tell you what, he is rocking that dad bod like all the ogres do in an impressive way. But he also is rocking the Warp Flame right now, whether he wanted to or not. So rest in pieces, Groth. Rest in pieces. If this were an ogre campaign, we'd be sad and we would love you, but it's not. And so Tzeentch has changed your ways, meaning he changed you from living to dead. Hopefully you enjoy it. I'm gonna unleash some magic back here on these Nobblers as well. Little pink-nosed weirdos are throwing daggers at me, and I'm not happy about it. So Killscribe's gonna unleash a piercing bolts of burning, and then I've got a lightning strike coming in on them as well to make their world a little bit more unpleasant. In fact, burning head just for good measure. Little roasted Nobbler. I'm sure the ogres will thank me for that. Cooking their meat for them. I've got my screamers down here helping to finish off a pack of ogres as well. At this point, Soul Patchy is chased off those that he was fighting, and he is hurling some magic javelins at them from long range. See up here Krang from his chariot also raining his magic down. My gosh, these Models look absolutely awesome. I've got my flamers firing into here too. Kairos is kind of acting as the bait, and I've got some Forsaken in here as well, and then we got the flamers firing in. Holy crap, man. Tzeentch cinematic paddles just, dang, they look good. Like, I've had the game for quite a while now, like almost 2 months, and it still looks good. Impressed. Love the visuals. Now, I hope they do some further optimization. Hearing a lot of stuff that some people are having some optimization issues. I have not. Then again, I run a very expensive machine, so it could be different from one person to the next, but the game looks absolutely beautiful. Check out this fire belly back here. He's being targeted with magic missiles. I love how he turned around just to take that in the butt, too. Must have some Slaanesh. Boy, he doesn't have a lot of protection either. Just that nasty loincloth. Anyway, there you go. Groth is down. All right, well, that was a definite victory for us. We can actually get some really good replenishment. Apparently, the ogres are just delicious for Tzeentchian demons to eat. It changes the ways. I'm sure the way you know what comes out, right? So it changes the way that you defecate, meaning probably going from solid to very runny, right? All right. Yes, I got a diarrhea joke in there. Hope you enjoyed it. So here we go. I don't really want anything to do with that guy, to be honest. Not really interested. We still got Saber Mountain under siege, and we heavily defeated their army there. Got a lot of replenishment off of it. They still haven't encircled the city of Splinters yet, which is a little bit strange, I have to admit. They have a pretty large army. Could become probably. You know what? We could go ahead and risk it here and recruit Patchy and some units. You know, I think we should. It's time to create the legend of Patchy within Total War Warhammer 3. Now we've had lore of Tzeentch casters. Let's do a metal caster, okay? We've got heralds, basically, which are the generic lords that we can bring in. I was, you know, it'd be nice if you could actually have a Lord of Change, but I don't think we can recruit those. I don't know if they can actually lead it's an exalted Lord of Change. We probably don't have the right facility, so it'd be cool to have him be an exalted Lord of Change, but we'll take Cristallo here. At least I think so. Channeler wins magic. Racing. Yeah, you know, whatever. It doesn't really matter. We'll take Cristallo. I'm gonna recruit him. So this is we're gonna instantly rename this character. And again, I'll look through your list of names and stuff on the next episode and throw some of those names on here. And of course, if you have new ones, you can go in and put them out there. I'll try and add them to the list. We have a pretty large list, but that's okay. Feel free to add to it. This is Patchy Changer. We're gonna call him Tzeentch's Salter. Tzeentch's Salt, because we can't fit it there. So this is Patchy Changer. All right, so we got Patchy Changer. Anything good we can put on? Yeah, Talisman of Endurance. He's gonna need that. Knowing me, I'll probably get him hurt frequently and just a lot. He's probably gonna get hurt. We got more word save. That's a talisman. I've already got a better one. Speaking of, let's fuse some items here. We might be able to get some better equipment for him. This Potion of Foolhardiness is pretty useless. And let's merge it with this. The Talisman of Protection isn't useless, but... Oh, they're not the same thing. Sorry, we can't fuse them. Potion of Toughness is good. Talisman of Endurance there. Actually don't have any of those that we can fuse. I can, however... Power Stone is quite good. Let's just throw that on him. There's no need to fuse anything there. We've got a Spell Shield. It's not great, but again, we'll throw it on there. I don't have a weapon to give him, and I don't think I have... Well, yeah, we do. We got the Brass Cleaver here. There we go. Boom. Actually got enough stuff. How about that? That was single ancillary here to add a little extra control. Yeah, none of that's going to be terribly useful. So there we go. We got Patchy. This is Tzeentch's Salt. We need to get some units into his army. You can get a couple of blues locally. Let's do that. Local recruiting is going to be considerably cheaper. And we're going to need some pinks. So let's just start with that. That's going to be pretty expensive. I'm guessing that the city will probably fall under siege now that they see me putting an army up. Could be wrong, but we'll see. If they give Patchy enough time to start taking on units, though, they'll easily be able to defend that settlement, especially if they attack it. May have to sally out, though, because we don't want to get sieged out. Let's do Called by Change, because we're now fielding another army, and we need to reduce our upkeep to help keep things productive. That second army, and we got Krang here, who's got him a skill point. Got immortality. Vulnerable through change. We haven't had a lot of issues with missile fire yet, so let's maybe open up Tzeentch's Firestorm. Yeah, let's do Tzeentch's Firestorm. And then Killscribe levels up. He's almost to immortality. That's level 20. We can finish off this Gate of Tzeentch here because that's going to provide a lot of help there with those summons being able to use multiple times. Summoning units is always useful. Go ahead and throw our money in there and call it a turn here, folks. Good episode so far. Making good progress. See if anybody makes any moves against us. I think the city of Splinters just got sieged. They want to pay me for a defensive alliance. I'll take that. May get us dragged into some wars we don't want, but cash sounds nice. Yep. So the AI did what I expected they would and decided to siege my city now that I was recruiting an army in it, so not terribly surprised there. Patchy's gonna need to fight his way out of this. He can't recruit, and he'll get trapped here and die of attrition. We have better melee, they have better range. We're gonna have to use a similar strategy that we did last time to be successful. But, I mean, hey, we got Patchy with us. How could you possibly fail? All right, Patchy the Changer. Tzeentch's personal salt vessel is here now. He's a herald of Tzeentch, and he will be changing ways. So his army at the city of Splinters is going to have to once again fight back the Tzeentch rebels because, well, we just can't keep the place happy. These flamers are looking pretty awesome. So I got the flamers moving forward. My right-hand flank is overloaded with melee, similar to what we did last time. I've got a couple of blue horrors, and then I've got some Forsaken backed up by Spawn. And then the blue horrors are going to be backed up by my Chaos Warriors with great weapons that are part of the city's garrison. Now, we are outnumbered and outgunned from range, and much like the last battle that was similar to this, it's going to be like Empire Total Warhammer 3, because it's going to be all about taking a local engagement that is favorable to me, and I see my opportunity. The AI has done a typical move here and aligned its blue horrors up front. Blue horrors have a shorter range, and they also have less missile damage than the pink horrors. And so I have put my pink horrors in front, thus giving me a ranged advantage, and I have my blue horrors right behind. And the objective here is I'm going to open fire with the pinks. If the AI chooses not to move, then they're going to get shredded. If they move all their pinks forward to return fire, that'll give me an opportunity to run my blues forward, retreat the pinks, so they'll absorb the first volley with their barrier, fall back, and then let the blues trade with the pinks, which is a bad trade for the AI. So that is my basic objective. You can see the AI unleashed a piercing bolts on me, so I'm going to feed them some of their own medicine, though it wasn't perfectly targeted. So both casters already showing that they command the metal magic, and the enemy blue horrors began to move forward and realized that they are not in range, and I now have multiple pinks firing at them. You can see their barrier is gone, and they're already losing hit points, so it's not going to take long for me to delete these units. Now, every unit that I delete of the enemy, with them being able to do nothing in return, is just a freebie, and I'm going to be able to get a lot of damage and start to cut into the numbers, which is really the only advantage that the enemy has here. So you can see that they are losing this missile engagement rather badly. And the pinks have a lot of ammo. They can keep at this for quite a while. But yeah, you can see the AI is using the fact that it's the defender, and it needs to be more aggressive here. If it got aggressive and just came forward and started shooting, I could be in trouble. Be in big trouble, in fact. And so I think the AI starts to realize this, that they're getting outgunned. They decide to move forward. So again, I'm going to leave my pinks up here. They're going to take an initial volley, and instead of coming after my missile units, they decide to just snipe my lord. This is another typical AI move. And if I hadn't been paying attention, it wouldn't take long, and that would work. But Patchy, the salty one, his barrier is down, and he's going to have to quickly flee because the AI is attempting to snipe him here. So I'll have to run back and keep him safe. But their attempts to snipe him left them particularly vulnerable to bombardments and to being outnumbered locally. And all this distraction has allowed me to get ready for the assault on this flank. Now the AI pushes forward over here, knowing again they have missile superiority. However, my blues are just a distraction here, while the melee front is going to rush forward get the win. So Patchy got clear, and my Flamers moved up to get a shot, but then they became the next sniping target. The AI just will target whatever the most expensive thing in range is. So using those 2 units as bait, my pink horrors and blues have been able to unleash Tzeentch and Hades all over our other Tzeentchian enemies here. Back to so much pastel here that it's like a painting, a modern art museum. So we're gonna see the fight continue, but it is very much in my favor at this point. So again, use the distraction of my blues, my spawn and my Forsaken are now into melee, and the pink horrors are gonna get absolutely mulched by this. And after taking the initial volley with my own blue horrors, now the Chaos Warriors are gonna be able to move forward. And the Chaos Warriors are gonna absolutely trounce these horrors. They won't even be close. As long as they're in melee and not at range, they are utterly overmatched here. And on the other flank, you can see that my missiles have just been superior. And again, much like a crazy pastel version of a battle in the Empire Total War, this has just been a ranged throwdown here, and it's been a fun one. You get some really cool effects with battles, especially when both factions are Tzeentch. It'd be absolutely bonkers. You can see here that the horrors are already disintegrating. They can't hold their leadership together. They're extremely overmatched. And as they fall apart, you can see they took one blue horror back and opened fire, which is pretty smart on the part of the AI. It's what it should be doing, but it's too little, too late. And I'm going to be able to pull forward now and bust through their barrier, send these little horrors flying, and send them back to the void from whence they came. And who knows, maybe they'll come back and join my army. You know, changing of the ways, right? Nothing's ever completely set in stone when you're playing as Tzeentch. So there goes their last pink horror unit, and that is going to leave only their Herald here, who is now going to be completely outgunned and going to get absolutely shredded. So Patchy, the Changer of Ways, is going to have a very successful first outing here against a group of Repels that the AI, at least, thought had a great chance in the auto-resolve. But the AI would have very good chances in a lot of these battles if they were controlled by a person. Hard to program an AI exactly like a person, and let's be honest, sometimes we don't want that. We don't want all of our campaigns getting wrecked by playing against someone that's real sweaty. So let's get back on the campaign map. All right. Well, another episode of Empire Total Warhammer 3, and this time Patchy Changer was able to definitely change the way of those Tzeentchian rebels, who did not fare very well. I'm going to take the extra favor off of them. His cash is king, and we got to pay for all those recruits we're pulling in fresh to Patchy's army.
Marvelous.
I wish we could get rid of the idiotic Nurgle corruption here, which is probably what's causing our public order issues. Pleasant climate. Doesn't look like that's the real big deal here. Summonable units. One Nurgling unit when plague is spread on the plague rot. Nurgle corruption +5, turns remaining. I don't know, whatever, we'll see what's causing the corruption. I don't know that we have buildings that are reducing corruption that we don't want. Holy Kislev? Wouldn't have expected to see them around these parts.
The dice are cast.
Is that the Ice Court? That is the Ice Court. Well, it must be nice to have all that extra cash. Holy crap. I've never seen the Ice Court come this far north. I guess they're not like crazy far out. It looks like Kislev broke out through here though. Again, makes sense. When you're the player, good luck pulling this off, because every Chaos faction and their dogs are going to attack you. But hey, I mean, I'd love an opportunity to take this guy on. That'd be fun. He's got a pretty decent army here, actually.
Power than I.
That's a lot of cavalry, actually. That would be somewhat problematic. Between Kairos and our Soul Patchy and other stuff, we should be able to hold out, because they would wheel up and try and do a lot of shooting. We would win the shooting war there, and we could pull it off. So that would be a fun battle if we get to fight the armies of Kislev there. Not what I expected to see here, but absolutely we'll take it. All right, so got some cash, nice victory there, cash in hand. Let's come off of it and improve Karak Doom. What else? We got the Valerie. Now put in some more. Let's see, we did our improvement to get Chaos Knights. Improves local recruiting. This one, though, spreads extra Tzeentch corruption. Let's go with that option. Kairos levels up again. Let's get Calmed by Change. And with 2 more points, we can unlock this one, and then Renown and Fear, and that'll give us max upkeep production to help pay for Patchy's army. And any upgrades we want to make to Kairos' army, which we do want to make upgrades to his army. Strength, so barrier and missile strength for horrors is definitely good. Pounds, transmutation lead. I mean, yeah, that's probably... Let's go ahead and unlock Searing Doom. It's weapon and armor piercing unit, so that applies to melee, so that's not terribly useful here. That Plague of Rust could be good at picking off a high armor unit. Let's go ahead and start upgrading our horrors.
Breathed in power.
And we only have a little bit of cash left, so let's hold off here.
So blind to the present.
Okay, ogres want military access. I say no. Mission denied. Rejected. Twist their bodies. Twist their minds. Let's do this. Twist their minds. Spread the extra Tzeentch corruption. Okay. Wow. We just got a bunch of grimoires and favors. Let's see if we can use our grimoires to grab anything. We can't take stuff from people we're at war with, but, and we're automatically at war with Kislev, of course. Take a look at the changing of ways. It's been a few turns, so we can transfer a settlement if we so choose. It needs to be a settlement of someone that we are not at war with. I could just start stealing settlements back over here in this province, because we took the plains here. Take a look at what we got here. Let's pop out of that. So the Gallows Tree might be a good one, but it's probably a capital, so I don't know if that's going to work. Oh, it will. We're going to transfer it to the Oracles of Tzeentch, and we will perform said transfer. It's going to cost us a lot of grimoires, but that's okay. So now we have taken control of the Gallows Tree. And that puts this entire province firmly in Tzeentchy hands. Let's see. I don't really need the recruitment here, but what could be good would be some extra income. So there we go. Snag ourselves another. I love being able to just like snag settlements like that. That is spectacular. It looks like Kislev's either laying an ambush or they decided to go back south. I guess even Kislevites have a limit on how far north they wish to travel.
Me.
City of Splinters is still having negative public order. It's just like we cannot turn it around here. Not terribly surprised. Build this, then we would have access to Exalted Flamers. Exalted Flamers do tremendous damage with their missile weapon. They're pretty squishy in melee, but a fun unit. And then Burning Chariot is also a fun unit. So I'd like to open up all of our unit options, even though we may not be recruiting them immediately. So
I summon
Patchy's salty army here. Grab a couple more horrors.
The Changer, come to me.
Should be good for now. Let's end this turn. We're gonna be mostly out of cash. We'll save a little bit. Looks like some of the plagues are ending, so that's good news.
Work with us, and you.
Guys want a non-aggression pact and they're paying cash, so accepted. Cash payments, always accepted by the Changer of Ways. Alright, I'm gonna snag another settlement here. So good progress, good progress. That's 3 settlements that we've managed to take. this episode, and we will take every last bit of it. Start all these off with growth and barrier replenishment, so we can kind of just keep on a roll. They have a camp here. The ice caverns, we're at war with them, and then we got Blizzard Peak here, which is unoccupied, but we can secure basically this entire province for our own. I think I need to recruit. Oh yeah, probably wouldn't hurt to recruit a couple more Patchy units. Let's see, let's go with the income. Again, it won't be much, but gotta pay the bills, folks. Gotta pay those bills. Let's get improved defenses at the Valerie, which is getting better. It's not great, but it's getting better. We do have a army of Cathay, including a Terracotta Sentinel. Holy crap. So they have brought some heat outside the wall. I don't know what they're up to. The Fortress of Eyes is well protected. I don't know if we can beat these guys on open ground, but we could certainly give them a fight in the tight corners of the city. And we could also probably do tremendous damage, if not win, on open ground. Those are not Celestial Dragon crossbow, but I mean, Terracotta Sentinels are no joke. Like, those dudes can do some damage. Do some pretty serious damage, in fact. So it should be entertaining. Let's go ahead and build defense first. I think that's gonna be it in another turn. Oh man, I'm loving this Tzeentch campaign so far. Hope you all are too. This has been a surprise. Not like my absolute favorite, but it has been a surprise favorite for me in this game.
The tome.
All right, well, the tome is getting ready for another round, so it looks like we're going to be back into the realms of chaos. So you all need to get in the comments and tell me which realm of chaos you want me to visit next. We went to Khorne, so it means we either go to Nurgle Land, Slaanesh Land, or Tzeentch Land. So you all get down in the comments and tell me which realm we should visit first. I'm gonna come over here and wipe out this ogre camp. Nothing to see here. Can't sleep here, ogres. And then we'll need to move towards the ice caverns. A strange movement path. Oh, there's a road, okay. The road that goes through the forest, I guess. Interesting. All right, so let's see. Holy Kislev. All right, so Karak Doom is gonna need some help.
Warriors bow to no one.
He's got some defense, but it's not a ton, so we're gonna need to move Patchy down here quickly. So Kislev is trying to get shifty on us and get around us. Might have to make them pay a price. I could always start teleporting back that way to cut off Kislev. Their settlements aren't too far away from us too, where we can attack them, so they might try and get a little fresh with us, but we'll make them pay. We'll make them pay. So we got a new Changing of the Ways open, so that is nice. That is Break Alliance, so we can now force people to break alliances. We got Track Army, Halt Faction. That sounds pretty interesting. So I'm going to begin that work towards Halt Faction. So
Cry out.
that should be good. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this one. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I know it may not be quite as long as I sometimes like, but I'm limited on recording time, and this gets you something rather than nothing, so I do hope you enjoyed it. Get in the comments, tell me names for characters who can serve in Patchy's armies, units, take those down, and then also tell me which realm of chaos we need to travel to. HeirofCarthage, or I should say Heir of Tzeentch, signing out for now, and we will change the ways again soon.